Hi everyone, welcome to next video. In this video we will create get by ID API using FastAPI. Let's start from the code. As we know, in previous video we have created a create API, and here it was like this. If we run this API, then it will returning a response user registered successfully. First of all, we will return a response, not a message. Here we will return a response message. This message we will return in content. And we also change our database file register. Here we will store it in a variable, and we will return a ID from here. ID inserted ID. Tell we will delete underscore ID from it, and we convert this into string format because it's object ID. Like I am showing you a database ID. This is object ID. We will convert this into string format and get by this ID data. Suppose we run this code now. We will change email for. Now it's returning a response. Thank you. Now let's start from the controller by creating get by ID API. We will write a new router for get by ID API. User router and to use /ID. This is our route which we use. We will use a sync method like above. We have used this. Simple copy this and paste it here, and here we will pass a ID which would be a string and give it a name get by ID. Response we save it in our we will use await function always. Await self dot auth user. We have user manager. We will call it dot get by ID, and we will pass ID here. This request payload ID we will pass here. Then we will handle its responses. Like we will create a responses of response message. I think we have created already in common method. No, we have not created it. Response message where we will put a success message and false. I have created already. Just copy and paste. You can write it simple response message. If we will check it, not is instance response and response message which we have created now. Response and response message. Response message we have created in our API. We will copy this and paste it here. We will import this. If they are not is instance, then we will return 200. Return we will return just like this a message simple message. We will return this in 200 response, and if it's not, then we will return in 400 bad request or 404 not found. 404, and we will use just enable encoder here. Just enable encoder, we will also use here we will write all these things in try, because we are using here try except. And in exception we will put this code, except connection exception. Now our controller is completed. Now we are going to write our manager, user manager. We will define here async method, async define get by id, and here we will self and id, which would be a string. Here we will convert id string format to object id, because here in MongoDB data we always have object id. To get data from MongoDB we will convert before to object id. We will write a method to change it to object id, but first object id self dot validate id. We will write a function to validate id. We'll pass id in it. I am returning a response. No, for no time. I am going to write a message for validate id function. Define validate id self id should be a string format. We will use try here. id is equal to by object id into id, then we will return id, except exception invalid id, invalid id as e, and we will return a simple message that it is invalid id. I am already returned this message. We will copy and paste it here. Response message, we have written this also. We will import it here from basin dot error import invalid id. Now we are going to write PyObject class in our common Py. I have written this already. We also can copy this class from internet or anything which converts simple string id to PyObject id or simple object id. From this import object id, and our function is completed. Now we will validate id function is completed. It will convert string format to object id. First of all, if this instance object id and response message, object id and response message, then we will return response. Which response is coming? We will return object id here, else here we have get object id, which is object to get a data from database. Now we are going to write a where close method and where close dictionary. Where close is equal to create, we will create a dictionary like we have underscore id in string format, underscore id is equal to object id, this one. And we have already written where close method here, get by where close. We will copy this and we will paste it here. We also give name it to response. Response. We will also return a message. If data not found, then we will return a message. We will copy it from here, or we can return a response message, which I have written already. Response message, success is false and user with id was not found. Now our manager is almost completed and we are getting data from database by where close method. We will go to controller and here, oh sorry, we have forget to use here get. And we will refresh our code. We will use command uvcon app.main app port 8300 and reload. Now it's working fine. Now we will open our docs. I am going to refresh it and it's now refreshed. Let's create a new data. Qasim Khan and users 5. Let's create a new data and we have get a id from here. We will open it, try it out, and we will execute data from here. Let's give us a error. Let's check the error. Object id is not iterable. The id which we are getting from here, response id equal to string. We will convert this into string format underscore id and we will tell underscore id from object and then return it. Now we will run the code again. Now our data returning successfully. Qasim Khan user 5, it's returning successfully. If we give here a wrong id, then user with id not found. it's returning successful. Now our get by id is completed. We will next API we will create a delete API and then get list API and update API. Thank you.